Dan, welcome back to the Bloom Blast video show. Things have changed. I'm trying to find some new work, so I'm opening up my own lemonade stand. I think it'll work out fairly well. I have a cup right here. We've got the lemonade on tap. It's good. It's refreshing. It's summer. Everything's fine. We have a lot of cool stuff. There's a few tutorials, there's some special guests, and I don't know, just sit back. Everything's fine. Nothing's wrong. It's great. Bloom Blast video show. I don't make balloons anymore. This is fine.
Happy belated 4th of July. Here's a design I've been using for years. It's going to be a really big eagle hat. You're going to need 3 fully inflated brown 260s. The first one is going to make your basic hat. For the other two, you're going to tie them at one end, squeeze a little bit of air out so I can tie at the other ends. I have a big one end, I'm just going to pull it around, put it on the other end. And this bubble is a little bit softer, so I'm going to make this the front. So I'm going to about a third of the way, bend it in, almost like a dragon wing or a shark fin. So we got the wings. I'm going to get a white 350. So I'm going to make 2 large pinch twists, and about 5 inches down, I'm going to make 1 pinch twist. And I want this one to be a little softer. We're going to twist that into this. I'm going to go back, twist it, and we're going to make a third bubble, but we want it a little bit higher. With a yellow or a goldenrod 260, I'm going to wrap that into the 2 260s, make it like a 3-4 inch bubble, and make a bubble a bit longer to the beat. I'll wrap that in, break it off, and wrap that. And I blew up a black 5-inch round, about 3 inches. I'll split that in half, and that longer bubble I want pointing upward. So we're going to hook it in. We got the eyeballs. The front bubble and that pinch twist. I usually have the white on the underside to help the head point upwards. Get another white 260. And you're going to either twist like so to make a triangle, or just squeeze the sides and make a triangle. This is going to be the back tail feathers. Now wrap that in. If that little dangly bit bothers you, just pull it around so it becomes a pinch twist. And there you have America.
Hey, that was pretty majestic. Lemonade stand didn't work out too well, so I switched it. It's only nudes. It's my noodle stand. So now I still got the hot water on tap that resembles lemonade. And just pour that. And then you just let it steam. And then people buy it. I mean, I'm thinking of anything right now because everything's fine. Everything's good to go. Everything's gonna be back to normal. So, yeah, you know what would be normal is if you check out whatever we have lined up next. It's pretty good.
Hello everybody, we're standing outside of the Horde and we're getting ready to make some agate 260s and other delicious balloon confections. We will be dipping balloons into liquid latex to make hopefully like rainbow colored balloons, some agate patterns, maybe some splatter pattern hearts, different things like that. First, let's go over the ingredients. We have liquid latex. We're using Maximum Impact. It's the only brand I've ever used that I find good enough to suit our needs. There are a few other brands out there, Most of the other brands are either too thick because they're used for special effects makeup, prosthetics, things like that, or too thin because they're used to be watered down for airbrush for special effects costuming. Maximum Impact seems to be just perfect for our needs. So the colors I use, I have a white, got a small black here, and otherwise the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. I don't individually buy pink or orange or green or purple because the three primaries, when they mix together in the agate process, tend to make their secondary colors on their own. You don't want to buy the entire 64 count Crayola box of crayons. Go with the primaries. I mix in the black and the white because it visually makes the balloons more interesting. Instead of using just the large container, it pours out sort of like white glue. It's a little yucky to mess with. Get these small bottles. These are for like travel shampoo, things like that. I have one of these for each color. Makes it much easier. Just pop the lid, pour a small strip of the latex, clip it back shut. Hopefully not so much of a mess. That being said, you will get some on your hands. You will make a mess. Just the way it is. What else do we need? Oh, we also need balloons. We're using white balloons. Of course, you can use ivory, whatever color you want on the base. I found that if you use clear balloons, the latex that you dip it into, when it stretches out, it will show through. It makes a very jewel tone look. I do prefer ivory or white. The nozzle ups made it so much easier using the nozzle ups. And you also need bamboo skewers. These are for making shish kebabs, things like that. They happen to be the perfect size for uninflated 260s. So you're gonna take a pack of nozzle up white balloons, a pack of shish kebab skewers, and make one of these. What we've done is we've taken each individual white 260 and threaded it onto a bamboo skewer, pointy side out. Should go without saying, but there we are, right? The tip should barely show or be fairly close to it. If it's not perfect, that's okay. And you also want to make sure, if you get a pack of 100 of these skewers, 1 or 2 might have splintery areas or be bent or warped. Throw that one out, not a big deal. So you have 100 of these, or however many you're dipping. You can put them back in the bags if you want. Sort of like when we used to nozzle up balloons for your balloon bag. You make a bunch while you're watching TV or whatever, and then when it's time to dip, they're all ready. Now also, we have floral foam. This is for after you've dipped your balloon, you have somewhere to put it while it dries. Like that. So you don't have to hold it. I usually use bigger blocks of foam. This is just all I could find in the middle of the night when I was buying supplies for this video. If we put them in there and we do 5 across, we can easily go 10, 20 deep, make 100 per small block of foam. And they go into like military cemetery, how like the tombstones are so perfectly aligned. You could put so many in there. You have a bunch of those. And also aluminum foil. When I first started the process, I would use a pencil tray to put the latex in, to dip, and refill afterwards. Aluminum foil does just as well, so why not? So we have all of that. Last thing is when we do this, you make a mess on the floor. So I have some large cardboard boxes that I cut up, and I put those on the floor to catch all the latex as it drips off. So we're going to dip the balloons in the latex and shake off the excess. That being said, all that excess latex that you shake off is garbage. It's waste. Money you're throwing away. I know I save scraps when I twist balloons, but I don't save scraps when I actually make balloons, right? Well, yeah, kinda. All that latex that you're dripping, we're going to collect them on these white heart-shaped balloons. We have the 6-inch hearts. I put those on skewers as well, and what I'm going to do is align them zipper style and put maybe, I don't know, 20, 25 across the area where I'll be shaking off the excess of balloons. That way, when I make agate 260s, the byproduct will be these splattered hearts. It kind of gives them a nice tie-dye, and they're all kind of like that groovy silker balloons. They all have their own individual uniqueness. These are just bonus, so yay. All right, make some agate 260s. All right, foam block here. Tray with latex here. Balloon on a skewer. Over there, cardboard box, and those are the white hearts that we will be coloring as we shake off the excess latex. Pop a few of the extra air bubbles here, and now we begin. I dip. pull the colors, pick it up, rotate slightly. Oh, that's going to be a beautiful balloon. Over there, rotate over here, make sure it's covered. Nice. And now shake off the excess. Perfect. Check for any air bubbles. When we're done, goes in the block, and then we make another one. Okay, so we've dipped a small amount of agate 260s. We did a batch of a little over 50. That's one foam block I filled up. Actually started with a row of 5 and then realized that was too crowded, so we're 4 down. There's 13 rows, so 13 times 4, 52, plus the extra, so 53. So roughly, we did a batch of 50 balloons with a few to test. Now, I don't know if you can tell, of course, I did the bottoms of these were red. You can see some go to yellow, black, red again. Because after about 10, 15, 20 balloons, you need to re-pour the latex into the foil contraption that we made. So whenever I do that, I just make the different ends. So all the colors are somewhat different. You can see these are kind of the same, but they all still get their own individual unique blend of color as you do the shaking the latex off process. And you can also tell with the reds and different colors that they're darker on the ones that have dried more and brighter down here. So as the latex dries, it darkens a little and it becomes a little tacky to the touch. These are dry, but they still have a little bit of a tackiness to them. And they will continue to do that. So they're not ready to take off and put in your balloon bag. You have to do a powdering process, which we'll show you now. To powder the balloons, you can use a latex shine, which is like an oily type of greasiness I don't want to get in my balloon bag. So I prefer to use baby powder. It's a talcum powder, and it also has a label over the top that I did not realize until now. Okay, so we put a little bit of powder into my human hand, like so, and mush that around. Take the dried agate balloon, and you need to powder it. Just a little bit of powder to get rid of that tackiness. I gotta start with one side and just start rolling it down, and powder all the way down. Of course, the balloon being way longer than the width of my hand, I have to do it a few times to get from the top to the bottom. And then we have a balloon that feels powdery, a little bit more powdery than a balloon that you typically take out of your balloon bag, but it's not going to stick to other balloons and it's going to be fine. There we go. Actual latex 260 ready to blow up and make a super cool rainbowy balloon animal.
Good. That was good. That was really fun. I hope you had a good time and you picked up some awesome tips and tricks. I am going to use those things to better myself in my business. Kisses and stuff. I hope you guys have a good day. Check you out on the next Blue Blast video show.